I went to my preacher, but my soul couldn't be redeemed, so I loaded up my pistol, but the firing pin was a dud, too much.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Dumpster Dive with your host Amber, J Nasty, and Pepper, where we analyze the worst of the worst in awful horror flicks and allow adult beverages to give us a great sense of humor about it. Welcome to another episode of The Dumpster Dive. Tonight we're watching one of the shittiest movies ever. Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. Alright, this movie is from 2002 and stars American Idol's very own Kimberly Caldwell.
Is it that old, really?
It really is, but that seems pretty recent to me, honestly. So, considering.
What are they on, like, Wrong Turn 7 or 8 now? I mean, they're like the Jason movies at this point.
They have hella. But regardless of, like, who is starring and, like, what year it came out, this movie is fucking amazing. It's pretty obvious that it's my choice.
Right.
So, Robin, Jason, you guys haven't seen it before. What are you guys' thoughts?
As an Evil Dead fan, I like corny movies. I like the stuff with a lot of gore. It's fine. I like it. It was
you liked
okay.
it? See, they didn't want to watch it at first, and I was like, no, we gotta watch Wrong Turn.
It's not that I didn't want to watch it. It's just there are other ones I would have popped up with because we, to go into backstory, we went over a lot of garbage movies that didn't leave us much to talk about, but this one gave us some good talking points, so I'm on that.
Personally, like I said, it's one of my favorite shitty horror movies. Wrong Turn series, A+ in my book. I'll watch him all day, every day, just like Child's Play. Robin, what were your thoughts on it?
I actually liked it. I liked the first one. I didn't know that there was all these wrong turns, 4, 5, and 6.
There's 7.
7. I didn't know that. I knew about the first one, and I always thought that the first one was good. The first one was actually, to me, was kind of scary, you know?
It was supposed to be serious, yeah, but then they just started getting goofy just like every other
It's the
series.
same thing as, like, we could consider this, we should do, like, an entire show based on series, like Jason and Freddy's and, the Child's Plays, and then add Wrong Turn and Saw into it. It's just, they always start off good, but then they go haywire with it when they want to make, like, 7 or 8 different movies with it.
Alright, because you run out of ideas, but this one was a really good idea. The backstory of this one is pretty much like back in 2007 and earlier, like, you know how like reality TV shows were like popping. So,
Yeah, back then.
This was like a Survivor-esque type reality TV show.
It's like the Halloween where they had Busta Rhymes kung fu fighting with fucking Michael Myers in it.
Exactly, but this movie had fucking backwoods cannibals. And if this movie isn't a PSA, I don't know what is. Because I haven't been to the backwoods since. And my grandparents used to live in Watley, Alabama.
Ew.
Which is the backwoody.
Backwoody
is the woodiest. Like,
Watley is to Alabama what West Virginia is to the United States. So we'll just let you have that.
the funny thing is, I watched this movie for the first time at my grandparents' house in buttfuck nowhere, Alabama.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I love this shit, but I would not leave their house. Like, I knew I was safe
Those are my
inside.
grandparents. I know where you were when you would watch this movie.
Exactly. I was in the house. Like, I would watch that house. I would watch this movie and not leave. I'm like, all right, the safe places are upstairs and downstairs.
This movie makes me not want to go to Alabama, West Virginia, anywhere.
I think the first one was filmed in West Virginia.
Yeah, the first one was
This one's from West Virginia too.
Yeah.
Was it really?
This one's set in West Virginia. I don't know if they filmed in West Virginia.
I don't give a shit whose feelings are hurt. Fuck West Virginia.
Yeah, I saw this movie and I'm like, God, I've never been to West Virginia and I really don't want to go now because what if these things really are in the woods? In West Virginia?
I
don't want to
believe
be eaten by a waterhead. That kind of freaks me out.
When you think about people talking about states, West Virginia is not a state that people ever bring up. If I had to sing you the state song right now, West Virginia would not be on that list.
Mm-mm.
No.
There'd be 49 states because West Virginia would merge into Alabama. I don't care whose feelings are hurt. Once again, the only thing I know about West Virginia is that Bizarre Foods episode with Andrew Zimmern, and they had the Roadkill Festival. I could believe
Makes
that.
sense.
I could believe that in
Makes
West
sense.
Virginia, and in comparison, I don't think it's too far off from
This
Alabama.
movie, I don't think it's too far from this movie because this movie was ridiculous.
Let's talk about this. The great Henry Rollins was in this movie.
He played a colonel. He was like the Captain Save-A-Ho in all the movie. Like, he was like, yeah, I got captured, but guess what? I'm gonna save the rest of you.
Yeah, but
And
he
he was doing
spent.
really good too until the end when he got killed.
I beg to differ. He spent 45 minutes crawling around making arrows out of dynamite, and he did absolutely nothing with them.
He shot the two waterhead kids at the end.
with one though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened to those two.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pina Coladas. I totally forgot that.
I
Yeah.
equate him to this movie as those kids on video games that just like collect all the best weapons and then use them against you.
Yeah.
He's not
While everybody's killing each other, you know,
with with pistols.
Yeah,
he's
for
over here
example.
collecting M4s and AKs.
He's got the rocket launchers and the BFG 9000s, and
Right.
then, like, he waits until the last couple of rounds to run around killing everybody.
Right,
what
right,
a dickhead
right.
that guy was. But you know what? I won't tell him that to his face, so I retract my previous statement. I noticed something, like when Kimberly Caldwell, who was also in this movie, when she hit the first redneck, I kind of imagined that was the way you looked, you know, sitting there in the car shaking with your hands on the steering wheel after you hit that beaver.
Oh my
time.
god, yes. Oh my god. So I hit a beaver one time. Plot twist. I know.
How did you hit a beaver?
Alright, so I was driving down the street coming from work at 12 a.m. in the morning, and I was crying because, you know, boyfriends and shit. Bullshit, don't cry over boyfriends. But I was crying, I was like, boyfriends. And then I hit a beaver. Next thing you know, I just see him grasping the road, pulling his body across.
Like Herbert the pervert's dog from Family Guy, just kind of
Exactly.
crawling across the street.
And the way that Kimberly Caldwell was holding the steering wheel was me. Like, she couldn't believe she hit something. She was like, oh, fuck.
Like, the way I look at it, this movie, Wrong Turn 2, it was kind of like if you take Survivor meets The Hills Have Eyes, basically. Like, you kind of have two big, different, like, cultural phenomena going on in the same movie.
What do you think was, like, your favorite parts of the movies, though? Like, I have hella favorite parts. Like, the whole movie is my favorite part.
It seems to be like it's one of those regular movies where every character plays a role. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
you've got Henry Rollins as the, well, I guess would have been
The
savior
badass.
of the movie. The would have been badass. Then you have the obligatory black guy
Right.
who
Token.
who for whatever reason had to play a sport. Message. You had the pain in the ass vegan girl that gets fed the person vindaloo at the end of the movie.
That shit was funny. Let me talk about that for a second, because her ass came in with a granola bar from fucking Whole Foods, probably
or you know, Trader Joe's.
already planning on cheating. Next thing you know, hillbillies are over here feeding her people meat, and all she had to do was close her
People meat.
fucking mouth.
That was so silly to me. Like, why would you not just? I don't know. Like, just. Do
All
like,
she had to-
I don't want none. I don't want no broccoli, Mom.
Anytime
Just close your mouth.
Anytime I see people force feeding somebody else, that shit makes me freaking laugh, because I'm like, just tighten your lips. All you have to do, just.
Oh god, I did it for years. It makes no sense that like a 20-year-old broad can't do it now.
You did it against green beans. She did it against another human being.
Green beans
Shut the
are
fuck up. You don't
green
even know what you're
beans.
talking about.
Green beans are very much more on the serious level than people. Okay,
No,
I'd
it's
eat
not.
I would eat a person before I would eat string beans. Mom, okay, I don't
beg
care
to
what you
differ.
say.
I beg to differ. I would not eat a person before I ate green beans. So with that being said, what was your favorite part of the movie? Jason?
My favorite part.
Robin? Whoever?
I'm gonna step in because he won't shut up. My favorite part is when the dad gets ready to shoot the two people that were hanging from their feet, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, no, wait, son, here's your chance.
You mean cousin slash son
Yes,
slash
cousin
uncle
slash
slash baby daddy?
Cousin,
Jesus Christ, their
cousin,
fucking family
son,
tree was a wreath.
uncle, granddad, here's your chance, you do it.
Right.
And then, you know, the uncle, son, grandfather, son, whatever, he takes the bow and arrow and he shoots both of them at the
through
same
the
time.
eye at that. You
One
know how
through
much
the hand,
talent?
through the eye, yes.
I bet he made his daddy slash cousin slash uncle very proud
yes,
that day.
he was.
He had to be. He
He
was like, you know
I'm
what?
so proud of you.
I am shifting you up on the family tree. You are now the brother slash cousin slash uncle. My favorite part of the movie.
I really like that because I was like, oh, there's like a family moment. We enjoyed a family moment that they've all enjoyed, you know?
One of my favorite parts of the movie is when the two girls go into the cabin First of all, let me tell you guys proper etiquette if someone's not home. You knock on the door. If they're not there, walk away.
Yeah.
These two bitches went to the door, said, hello, hello, open the door. Hello, is anybody here? Oh,
Yeah, that would be kind of odd if we were just kind of sitting in here watching this movie and like two broads just walked in like, hello. Excuse me, could you get the hell out of my apartment, please?
Yeah.
We're sitting right here.
But then, like, the cannibals came in. We never saw this lady again, by the way. We saw the baby again, but we never saw the lady that gave birth to her again.
Ugh.
So pretty much the two girls came in and the cannibals started giving birth to the baby. And the next thing you know, she peeps through the door. She said, hey, somebody watching us?
I gotta say, like, if you were to ask me what my favorite part was...
What's your favorite part?
It's basically the silliness of movies like this. Like, I grew up on Jason movies and Freddy movies. You know,
they're supposed to be scary.
I'm an old fart, so I like stuff like that. I like the silly shit. So when you got Henry Rollins crawling around, like they pretty much have a montage of Henry Rollins being the badass of the movie. He's like building the dynamite arrows. He takes the mud and he smashes it on his face as camouflage.
Do you know it's mud? It's mud?
I
It's
don't
probably
know. It's
hillbilly
mud.
shit, to be honest.
But it kind of has this very like Predator feel to it. Like I'm almost waiting for him to ask, like look at one of the hillbillies and go, "What the hell are you?" You know, kind of like Predator.
He sees the survivors. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get shot by
I know that's
arrow.
cliche at this point, but it's like, you know, you kind of wait for that. And you know, you've got the football player, and you know, they go through the whole backstory. It's just cheesy. They go through the whole backstory of like how he's doing the show because his shoulder's messed up. And that's all fine and dandy. And then later on in the movie, he hurts his shoulder. But for whatever reason, he can't run when he's got a fucked up shoulder. Like,
do you know how bad
you
a
need
shoulder
your
displacement
shoulder
hurts?
to run,
Yes,
quarterback.
have you seen people that run like Naruto? They need their damn shoulders to.
But they
They need their.
they just basically got to hold it up. It's not
Let's
that
tie
big
your
of a deal.
shoulder down and see if you can still run.
My favorite part is when Homeboy was like, "Yeah, them's my youngins." First of all, if anybody ever calls their kids youngins,
That is
I know.
a red flag.
Get the fuck away from those people. My
Yeah.
youngins? No, those are my
Youngins.
kids. My children. Youngins? That
Yeah.
means that you're out here spawning out kids. Like, that's not okay.
I can vouch, and my sister can vouch for the fact, being from, you know,
For having
where
roots-
we're from initially, we will say that
I'm
anyone
initially
saying
from Georgia.
youngins, that's a very disgusting word to describe your progeny. I'm just saying. Youngins, it means something.
I'm just saying, he had one tooth. And I don't know how he was able to be that fat on one tooth.
I don't know how he was able to eat human meat with one tooth. I don't know if you know, but meat is tough, and that's why we have molars.
I understand it's on
Maybe
the
that's
same.
why they put everything in that little grinder thingy to, like, you know.
To make him like a smoothie,
Yeah.
a human smoothie.
Yeah,
because he's
smoothie.
healthy. He's one of the upbeat ones. You know what I mean? He lives
Yeah.
he lives in a fancy part of the woods.
What in the hell are y'all talking about right now?
I don't
Did
know.
miss
I'm
part of
drunk.
this?
No,
Okay.
I'm talking about like when, you know, they put the rest of that meat through that little grinder thing. You know, the one that Mom and Paul went through.
Oh,
you
the
know?
one that goes down into the bucket that they make freaking
maybe they like,
milkshakes out of?
yeah, maybe they did the milkshake for Grandpa because Grandpa's only got that one tooth and he can't really eat meat.
Anywho.
So with that being said, what's your least favorite parts of the movie?
My least favorite parts of the movie, and I gotta be honest with you, the fact that they made so many of them. They could have stopped with this, to be honest with you. For the movie we were watching, I didn't dislike anything from this movie.
I didn't either.
What I think is ridiculous is the fact that every one of the inbreds in this movie kind of look like Rocky Dennis from Mask. And I'm trying to figure out, like, if they meant for that to happen, but every single one of them just had that giant forehead, like their hairline is retreating like France in the 40s. They've got, like, 3 teeth, like... It's almost like, I'm pretty sure not every inbred looks like that, but...
Of course, not every inbred looks like that, but you know, if I want to envision inbreds, this is how I'm going to envision them. Fucked up. 3 teeth, a mullet with the front being nothing and the back being all party. Like no business in the front, just like fuckery in the front
Right.
and business in the back. Like,
I think my least favorite part of the movie is how Henry Rollins died. Like, I thought it'd be a little bit more like
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he got shot with an arrow, and then he broke it off. And then he got shot with another arrow, and then all of a sudden the chain came out of nowhere and wrapped around his throat. And he was like, fuck you, and then he just dies. Like,
Yeah.
that was like, I'm like, come on, he's a badass character, and that's how he dies?
Alright, so if you guys were gonna judge this movie on a scale of 1 to 5, based on enjoyment, special effects, and the cheesiness of the movie, what would you judge it on? 3 categories. Me, on the enjoyment of the movie, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit, so I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Enjoyment's a 5 because I didn't waste
Yeah.
my time on it. I don't feel like I wasted my time.
We watched a bunch of shitty movies, and this movie, like, I was like,
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend.
it has been.
Yeah.
And a lot of liquor
Enjoyment
has
for
been
me is
gone.
5, because I really did enjoy it. It's one that I actually watch again, you know?
And then off of special effects, I would give it a 5 because the special effects in this movie were immaculate. All the blood, all the gore, it just looked good. I believe the cannibals were really cannibals. When I looked up the IMDb page and I saw who the cannibals actually were, I was like, ain't no way.
Okay, special effects. I gotta give it a 4 on special effects. I feel like I've seen a lot of flicks. I've seen better special effects than this movie.
You think so?
I really do.
I would say maybe like a 4 on special effects, but there wasn't like crazy amount of blood. It wasn't like overly gory like special effects. You know what I mean? Like,
Alright, so what about cheesiness? The cheesiness of this movie for me,
Cheesiness is 5.
I don't think this movie was that cheesy to be
Oh,
quite honest.
oh my god, it was.
If anything, this movie is a PSA. It's another PSA movie.
This movie is cheesy as mouth shit
Don't go
because
into
when
it.
you've got the acting going on in this movie that you do.
This movie is a 3 for me in cheesiness because it's funny. It's funny type cheesy, but it's also like, yo, this shit might happen. I've been on hella backwoods today. Okay.
It's Brie, Munster, Camembert. It's cheesy to me.
What about you, Robin? What you
I
think?
think it's a 4. Like, it is. I mean,
A 4 in cheesiness?
yeah, because I do believe like there's parts of West Virginia or pretty much the entire state that I would avoid because I'm not really sure if they're actually waterheads that they may come out and get me. But like
Backwoods period.
But some of the acting was kind of bad though. You know, it's just.
I feel like my final opinion of this movie is it's my personal choice. I had to force them to watch this movie because they were like, "Now let's watch Bordello of Blood," and I was like, "You're missing out on Wrong Turn too." And look at them. Look at them.
I liked it.
I'm a fan.
Exactly. They
I'm a
like
fan.
this movie. So
I did like it.
props to me. So I give myself a
Props
5 out
to
of
you.
5 for this.
Yes.
Overall, I give this movie a 4.5 out of 5 out of everything. It's a great movie. I think you guys should watch it. It's funny.
Yes.
It's serious. And it makes you really think about fucking cannibals in
Yes.
West Virginia.
I'm good.
Anyway, long story short, this is another episode of the Dumpster Dive. This is our review on Wrong Turn 2. You guys should check in for our next one. We're only going to get better from here. You know what I mean?
We hope.
Definitely.
Hopefully.
We fucking hope.
We hope. We've been watching some pretty shitty movies, but from here on out, Amber's picking the movies because Amber has taste and the rest of these niggas suck. Check us out for another Dumpster Dive. Come back, leave your suggestions of what movies we should watch, etc., and we'll catch you guys on the flippity flop.
See you, bye.
Bye.
Yay!